China.
That's fair.
That's a class I missed in high school.
I mean, Glenn Underwood is smart, but I wouldn't call him fancy.
I know some things about China because of my information here. That's about it. I know about 3 paragraphs worth.
So Peking in the early I think it's Peking. I don't know.
Please keep
Peking.
calling it Peking.
In the early 1920s is a melting pot of political machinations, racial and religious tension, and personal ambition. It is a thriving that's a weird word, community, and is a new capital of a country still revealing its secrets to the West. Many have built their reputations, not to mention their fortunes, by plundering China's historic sites in the name of preservation and research. The more adventurous tourists make their way to the city to gaze and wonder at the ruins of a once mighty empire.
Literal ruins or
Yes.
metaphorical?
No,
Okay.
this is the hidden city. Like,
Yes, I did. Thank you.
Perfect.
That's cool cover.
so the information that the professor gave you guys, he has received the most perplexing telegram from his predecessor, Langdon Warner, urgently requesting assistance at the excavations at Toon Hong. In turns to... That doesn't make any sense. I think that's a typo. Anyways, so he's been turning to you guys for help. Or he did turn to you for help. Asked you and a handful of other people to show up. He's invited you to a fun little lecture tonight at Peking University.
Mm-hmm.
Can anybody confirm that that's Peking, not Peking, or...
Is this
I think Peking sounds good.
Peking's fair, right?
is the lecture about this excavation? Or are we going to find out when we get there?
I don't know. So we're going to shove you guys in a hotel.
Mm-hmm.
You know a little bit about each other. You know you exist. The lecture hall is 10 miles from you. In the northeast corner of the city. It's the northeast corner of the Forbidden City. Yes, that's where you are. That's where it is. So there's a bunch of different methods for you to get there. You can take the tram system. It's quite efficient, but it'll only get you about halfway there. You can take a rickshaw.
So I'm very familiar with this. So would I just know the best route because I've gone there for years?
I mean, sure, but you still have to figure out how to get there. Like, what's your mode of transportation?
Yeah, I'm going to take whatever's the best way.
Well, tell me what you know.
Public sounds good.
Public, I guess? Okay.
So there's rickshaws, and there are cars and horse-drawn carriages. All will get you there. It's midday. Streets are bustling.
Fancy? Do any of us have like some bucks or no?
My
Your
credit
would
rating.
be a good indicator.
My credit rating is 20.
Mine's 30.
Public transportation it is.
That's right.
Public transportation.
Juan Jude is the name of your hotel, by the way, and it is cocktail hour right now. So
Could you spell that for me?
Quanjude.
Quan Jude is our hotel.
Do I just have a house because this is, or a place to stay here?
Yes, in the Quan Jude Hotel.
Well, my residence is in this town, so I'm just going to.
We'll assume
I
you have a
house.
flat somewhere.
Yeah.
Nobody has houses in China. Not in the 1920s.
In Peking.
What if the K is silent?
What are your names? Is now okay time to get
Yeah, I am.
That's a good idea.
I'm Chang.
What's your name?
Chang Mei. Me. Chang Me.
So May is probably your first name and Cheng's your family name.
Oh,
Alright,
yeah. So
you're M.
Because it goes.
So you're MEI.
MEI. How do you say that?
Chang.
It's May.
May. I'm May.
Mei Chang.
I only know that because I know a girl from China named May.
Oh.
And you're Victoria Cross.
Mrs. Victoria Cross or Professor?
Ms.
No, Mrs.
Mrs. It's very important. With Eli sitting next to you.
I guess I'm doctor
Kyle.
technically. Glenn Underwood.
Dr. Glenn Underwood.
Dr. GU.
Dr. G. Not calling you that.
Dr. J.
I might call you that.
It's a basketball player and a delightful human.
I suppose I go by doctor more often than Mrs. So probably professor and then doctor and then Mrs.
Yep.
In a real, I don't know where that would get used. Not my students, certainly not.
So where are your residences?
So I was born in Denver, but I work in Yellowstone, so I live there.
I thought the Rocky Mountains would be a little bit more rocky.
I have to do archaeology somewhere.
That's fair.
Long way from home.
Born in Mumbai, because my dad worked for the English, and currently live in Greensboro, North Carolina, where Bennett College is located.
All right.
With my husband,
All right.
Herbie.
Herbie.
I was the first female to graduate from this university that we're attending for this lecture. So, born and raised in this same town,
What town is it?
Peking, China.
All right. So, familiar with the town, completely foreign to you two.
Mm-hmm.
So, just so we're clear, this is like a little bit of a culture shock thing. Is there anything you would like to do at the hotel before setting off on your adventure across town?
I guess I would come meet these two. Well, would I know that they're in town? I guess if we all know each other.
Professor paid for you each to have a room here, so you're here.
Oh,
Yeah, we telegrammed ahead.
so I'm here even though I have a residence. Got it. Sounds
Yep.
good.
Ms. Chang?
Are you a doctorate? Are you doctor?
That's a good question.
What's your education? I guess we can go by that. 80.
I just saw
Yeah,
graduate.
we got a bunch of doctors here.
Since we're
I
all
guess-
doctors, do we just drop it then?
Doctor, come over here.
I
Doctor, what do you think of this?
No, I think we use it until we get to know each other better.
Sure, yeah. Dr.
Let's
Chang,
assume I'm a doctor.
Dr. Cross, or
If your
Professor
intelligence
Cross.
is over 65, I believe you're a doctor. Is it
Yep.
65? Yeah.
I'm a doctor.
All right.
Dr. Underwood.
Dr. Underwood. That sounds like the TV show.
House?
No, not
I know
House.
what you're talking
Yeah. With
The one where
Person-
the guy was a pervert.
yeah, the guy we're not talking about,
Spader or whatever his name was. Not Spader.
Kevin
Whatever.
Spacey.
Spacey, that's it.
Oh, he wasn't a doctor.
I mean, for not talking about him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Way to go, Eli.
Well, Dr. Chang, thank you so much for picking us up. Very considerate of you.
You're very welcome.
It's a terrible accent you have.
I'm not gonna try to do an accent. I'm very excited to bring you two to my prestigious university I graduated from.
Oh, I'm also excited to attend. That would be very interesting.
I understand you were the first woman to graduate from it.
I was.
Well done, you.
Thank you.
You were the
Bow.
first
A
woman to
bow.
graduate from there?
Yes, I was very fortunate. My father allowed me to attend.
Did they make a big deal out of it, or?
No, I was just lucky I got to go.
Well,
Yes, they make a big
congratulations.
deal
Maybe-
before you're in, but once you get out, they nary a word, I should think.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, it was an interesting thing. Definitely not something of the ordinary.
Do you know anything about what we're in for?
Would I?
Nope.
No, this is a surprise to me too. I just received the invitation and the telegram, and I'm off.
Dr. Underwood, I thought perhaps you would, since you're an archaeologist, like our host.
Okay. No, I don't know any more about it. I'm excited to learn, though.
A mystery.
That's indeed.
In the words of a wise man, not even now.
No. Then I'm gonna feed a little banana chip to Magic Man.
Organic.
That's right.
Shall we be about it?
Yeah, it is my norm for these sorts of things to go out and about to different lectures and just show up, and we'll find out when we get there.
So upon exiting the hotel, unless anybody doesn't want to exit the hotel,
Exiting.
your nose is bombarded with enticing and unusual smells. There's smells from food stalls, which are mingling with the stench of manure and body odor of the thousands of people who crowd the streets. Incense wafts from the numerous temples and churches, and the chanting of the prayers of the priests and worshippers mingle in the clatter of the rickshaw carts that pass by. Soldiers march about the city, and out of the corner of your eye, you see looks like a handful of soldiers rounding up, 3 men and a woman, tying blindfolds on them and executing them in the street. Nobody even seems to pay any mind to it. Did we decide on a mode of transportation?
What were the options again?
Rickshaw, tram, horse-drawn carriage, or an automobile?
I don't even know what the first two of those are.
A rickshaw is a guy
Like
pulling.
the guy with the thing, and they just run.
You're in a two-wheeled cart behind.
Sounds like something we have to pay for.
Yes.
You have to pay for any of them.
Oh,
Small coins. We're fine.
It's pittance.
We're not
You don't
destitute.
even care.
what's the most comfortable form of transportation?
Walking,
How long of a walk is it?
10 miles.
Not doing that.
So the tram will get you there halfway. And then from there, you have to take another mode. The trams are modern. There's not a lot of them. But like it's the most modern thing in the city outside of the 3 or 4 cars you see.
I'm probably more comfortable with a horse-drawn carriage, but
Which way would I be
I don't
comfortable
care.
with living there?
The little cart.
Let's take the cart.
Excellent.
good
Well-
enough.
Yeah. Okay.
My treat.
Oh, thank you, Doctor. Dr. Cross.
Indeed.
My pleasure, Dr. Chang.
Oh, see if you say that after the ride.
Oh, I was born in Mumbai. This is not greatly different.
All right. So I would like one of you to give me a luck roll, please.
Don't we all have the same luck? Uh-oh.
I missed it by 5.
Tragedy has struck. Your rickshaw has a near miss with an automobile and is overturned halfway there.
Is our rickshaw pilot all right?
He's okay, but his wheel's damaged and he is out of commission.
Tragic.
While you're here, like kind of in the scene, people really don't give a shit. You're just kind of in the street and kind of inconveniencing them. I would like all of you to make a power roll for me.
My bonus from strong-willed is I get a bonus die.
Okay.
Hard pass for me.
I had a pass.
04.
So that's how a bonus die works.
That's how it works.
So, as you're there, focused on what just happened, rubbing up your little boo-boos and stuff, nobody's paying any attention to you. But kind of all at the same time, you guys get like this eerie feeling that somebody's watching you rather intently. Like it just like, the feeling where you kind of get the little dinglies on the back of your neck. Tinglies, not dinglies.
I'm going to start looking around them.
Me too.
So yeah, you all kind of unanimously at the same time get the sensation. Is there anything else you'd like to do here, or do you want to try to find another mode of transportation?
Is your monkey all right, Doctor?
I'll turn to him and how you doing, Magic Man? How you feeling?
Ooh, ah.
What a relief.
Yeah, he seems fine.
I'm terribly sorry. If this has never happened to me before.
How far is it? Is it all right to walk from
It's
here?
about 5 miles. So 5 miles is quite a
So-
ways.
I'm just going to throw this out there for you out of game. If you so choose, if you do want to try an accent, if you are speaking English, there's a very good chance you were taught British English, so that would probably be your accent.
I'm not doing an
I'm just saying, like if you ever get to the point that you're comfortable, like that would be probably acceptable. Because
English accent.
Hello, governor.
Oh, Jesus.
Thanks, Kyle. Okay, so 10 miles or 5 miles is we're halfway there.
Well, a strong mind and a strong body is my belief.
And my belief is we should find a way there that's not walking.
Well, I mean, a rickshaw is not that much more
What is that?
fast than going on foot.
Did you ever play that? We'll talk about that later.
How long until the lecture?
Currently, you guys are going to be arriving a little late.
Well,
Perhaps a private car?
yeah.
Well, timeout. I got to roll for that. I've already made up my mind, but let's just. Okay, maybe you're not going to arrive late. I rolled a 6. So.
Private car it is.
Private car.
How do we get a private
Excellent.
car?
Is there a hotel around or a fancy
So
English
you're
restaurant?
kind of in the
Not nice.
not nice part of town.
could just
There's not an
run.
automobile to be seen. A lot of rickshaws. Tram stops here.
How much
Well,
faster?
doctors, I say we walk. Shall we?
Shall we?
On our
Suppose
way.
we shall.
Trudging through the streets. Got it.
And I'm going to try to look around because I don't like that feeling.
Yeah.
So please give me one more luck roll, one of you.
I already did one.
You did poorly last time. So pass.
All right, so you get there unmolested.
Hey.
Given your travel
That doesn't
travel
always
woes, by the time you have reached the examination hall, the pre-lecture drinks in the foyer are being cleared away. Let's see here. Where am I at? I lost my spot in my reading. Yeah, so you not a real elaborate setup. You can go right into the lecture hall. There's a bulky electric magic lantern which has been set up to project onto a large white screen at one end of the hall. To one side of the screen stands a ornate lectern. Oh yeah, lectern. I was trying to figure out what the hell that word was. On a small dais. The rest of the hall is filled with seats, almost all of which are occupied thanks to Langdon Warner's well-publicized trip to Toon Hong. The popular lecture series is even more well-attended than usual. You find your seats, and pretty much immediately Professor Wang walks out on stage, gives a little, blah, 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 and then he introduces Mr. Baz Wayne to the lecture. Accompanied by the award-winning photojournalist's pictures, he retells the story of his trek with his younger brother, Adem, from their hometown in British India to Zion. It's Zion. They actually put it there. S-I-A-N is what it is, how it is spelt. It is pronounced X-I''A-N. The former capital of the Chinese Empire and the starting point of the Silk Roads of old. Not long into the talk, the bulb in the magic lantern flickers and then bursts with a loud bang. For the next few minutes or so, there is a scene of polite yet refined chaos as the house lights fail to come back up. Yet another unexpected power failure. Please give me another power roll, group.
Pass.
Fail for me.
Got it.
No for me, dog.
Eli, pass or fail?
No for me, dog. I failed.
No for you, dog.
I
huh?
failed.
So in the apparent darkness of this room, you kind of get this weird sensation. It's darker than it seems, and you get a vision of yourself walking across the desert as hordes of rats stream over the surrounding hills towards you. Pass, right? Mark, pass.
Pass.
All right.
We all get this vision?
Nope, just the failure.
Okay. The failure.
Just Dr. Chang, the failure.
Failure.
If you would like, Eli, you can sure make a psychology roll.
Sure.
Actually, all of you, please make a psychology roll.
Got it.
Wait, that's just against our psychology skill?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a massive failure. I have 10
too.
in psychology.
Nice. So you notice amongst the confusion on your comrade's face, once the lights do come up, a lot of like bewildered people, like they kind of look like a little stunned and confused as to what, so like something happened, including May.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's Magic Man doing?
Dr. Chang, are you all right?
Yes. I'll explain what I just saw. Yeah, I can't explain it, but I don't know why, but very unsettled after that.
Anybody who would like can roll a listen.
Fast to hard.
Ooh, I passed.
All right.
Hard.
So,
No, regular.
do you have Chinese on your sheet?
I do.
Like a language?
Yes.
No, I mean, I didn't pick another language.
Okay. So you hear this, but you don't really understand it. However, you hear, different people's conversations, but kind of a repeat sentence comes out, or statement. And you hear, well, what do you think, or what do you expect? This was the 4th examination hall to be built, or I've always said this is an unlucky building. So because you are Chinese, that the number 4 is just an inherently unlucky number as far as Chinese superstition goes.
So did I also hear them say they saw something similar to what I saw?
Why would you assume that?
Because that's what you said. You said that I heard people describing a similar thing.
Or they were describing that.
Oh, they were
What you
describing
just read.
that.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So not the crazy
No.
vision I just had.
No, you were too bewildered. So after, they get the shit back up and running, this took probably 10 or 15 minutes. Baz Wayne continues his lecture, and he gets to the part of his lecture which is focused on the caves of the 1,000 Buddhas, and their exploration by the likes of Sir Mark Aurelstein, and you hear a section of the audience erupt into noisy jeers. Give me another language roll, Eli.
I do have the occult that
You get a bonus die.
Oh, I do get a bonus die. Language. Okay, so failed both of them. Well, wait, which language am I rolling?
Chinese.
Oh, then I passed the first one.
Okay. So you recognize a bunch of students who are upset by the wholesale pillaging of the Tarim Basin's ancient sites by Westerners. Theft is one of the nicer words that they're yelling out. You guys can very clearly see that they're angry and upset. Like,
I'll just whisper that to you guys.
They're angry that people are
Westerners, much like the man giving the speech, have pillaged the area of their, historical relics. Shortly after, Professor Wang appears back on stage and is appealing to the students in Chinese to refrain from embarrassing the faculty in front of such honored guests. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming you're just interpreting this for these two, because it's kind of obvious what's going on, where,
Let's assume that's what I'm doing.
and then I have a
That's what I do. No thanks necessary.
fun little handout for you. And I will read this to the community also. It's a long one. Hang on one sec. Let me go hand this off.
It's a little disorienting.
All right. So this, despite its singular name, there has always been more than one Silk Road. The ancient trade networks given their modern title in 1877 by Baron Ferdinand von Richthofen, some German guy. Richthofen. Uncle of the great war-flying ace, the Red Baron, followed several different paths and connected China with Persia, Byzantium, and Europe for over a millennium. First established by the Han Dynasty around the 2nd century before the Common Era, the Silk Road's closures in the mid-15th century brought about the age of discovery in the West, as European powers were forced to find new maritime routes to acquire the luxury items they had become so fond of. Although much of the trade carried out along the routes was linked to the silk, the production of which was, for many centuries, one of the world's greatest and most closely guarded industrial secrets. Many other items were bought and sold in the desert oases that permitted the roads to exist in the first place. Alongside money and goods, culture and language flowed from east to west and vice versa. Starting in the ancient Chinese capital of Chang'an, now Zhang. I don't remember how do you say it. The Silk Road traveled up the Kansu corridor to the oasis town of Tunhang, where it split into 3 main routes. The most northerly path avoided the dreaded Taklamakan Desert, although by heading north beyond the Tian Shan Mountains, the other two often referred to as Northern and Southern Silk Roads, skirted the edge of the Tarim Basin and relied heavily on the oasis towns scattered along the rim. The northern route passed through the Jade Gate to Turfan and beyond before finally reaching Kangshar at the furthest end of the Talcaman, although that's not important. A spur through Dihao led into Mongolia, a route many Russian refugees subsequently used to escape the Soviets after the revolution. The southern route left China through Yangkan, the Sun Gate, and headed along the edge of the Kunlun Mountains via Khotan and Yarkand. Before rejoining the northern route at Kangshar, an important trade branch split the main road at Yarkand to head over to Krakaman Mountains into India. Man, some of these names are... The Game Doc, what's up? Who are you? I know who you are. Right? Maybe. Sorry. West of Kashgar, the road forked once again. Its offshoots spread outwards. The trading cities of Balkh, Samarkand, and Bukhara before they rejoined at Merv. That's an easy one. After passing through Hamadan, I'm not going to read the ancient name, and Palmyra, the road headed to Antioch and Tyre in the Mediterranean Sea, and from there to Venice and beyond. Now, to return to Tunhang and the Caves of the Thousand Buddhas, where Sir Mark Urlstein visited in 1907, he collected an enormous cache of books and art treasures, some 40,000 manuscripts, including the Diamond Sutra, and 5 large cases of statues and paintings, which he paid the cave's custodian before transporting them into British museums in London. Despite the size of his initial haul, there were plenty of priceless historical artifacts left for other archaeologists to recover. The Frenchman Paul Piat and the Russian Sergei Oldenburg were among the ranks of those who continued to excavate the caves, and I believe that Professor Warner is currently there to examine the cave's magnificent Buddhist murals. ... I am sorry. Oh, what's up, Cole? Did you change your name on here, or is that what it was originally? I can't remember. Anyways, Yeah. It's good to have you here. Thanks for tuning in.
We know.
Hope
we
your
know,
lovely hope your lovely family is doing wonderful.
We know Cole.
Yeah.
He's a delight.
Yeah. A supreme human being.
We met Cole.
Yes.
Which Cole?
We'll discuss it off stream.
Gotcha.
I don't know if they want their name on stream, so
Fair enough.
let's see here. So after the talk, the attendees are guiding you back to the building's foyer, where fresh drinks and canapes.
What's that?
I have no idea.
Canapes.
Sure, canapes. That doesn't sound like a Chinese word. It
Capes.
sounds
Hors
more
d'oeuvres.
French. Or doise.
Horse doovers.
Yeah.
Horse doovers.
Have been laid out by the caterers. Professor Wang finds and gathers the three of you, four if you include my beautiful darling wife that is not here because of me. Now I lost my train of thought or my train of reading. So you guys already know each other, so he's not going to introduce you to each other. Please give me another psychology roll.
Nope.
Wow, I got close this time, but I still failed.
You could spend, 11 luck?
No,
How much of a miss was it?
Anastasia, a little sand,
I
a
need
little
to spend
sandwiches.
7 luck.
7 luck?
Thank you, darling.
No,
Pass.
still gonna fail.
Fail. Pass. Oh, you guys are bad
That's
at
a
this.
no, dog.
I mean, psychology, I have 10.
That's fair.
I read. Come on.
He
now.
does not get
people.
people.
I read books and manuscripts, not people.
Long dead ones, sure.
Yep.
So there's approximately 18 other people in this room with you, and it's kind of clitter, clatter, chattery. But oddly enough, a very clear and concise voice cuts through the clutter. You hear Professor Wang explain that he has received the most perplexing missive from his predecessor at the American School of Archaeology, namely Langdon Warner. The telegram reads, to Wang and Lai at Yangqing University. We need urgent help. Stop. Please send people immediately. Stop. Don't care who. Stop. Just get them to Tunhang. Stop. Emergency. Warner. I apologize for my lack of any further explanation out of Professor Warner here, but I need volunteers to go and help Warner out.
I'm assuming they.
What was the location again?
He is at the Temple of the Thousand Buddhas.
In. This is what I do for a living.
But was
In.
that? But I thought there was a name for it. The
Caves of a Thousand Buddhas?
This thing.
Hang?
Yeah, yep.
Tunhao?
That's the common name for it.
I'm going to raise my hand right away. I don't know if that's what I'm supposed to do, but I'm raising in.
So a lot of people are kind of like, he's going to look at you guys and say, I brought you here from, all corners of the planet in hopes that you would help. Warner, a colleague of mine and a friend of mine, also needs assistance. I'm unable to go because of my age.
Oh, I mean, this sounds fascinating to me.
I knew you would say that.
I've been itching at the bit to get out to an actual site, so.
Yes, Papa did not raise a shrinking violet.
Could we just revisit the itching at the bit thing? This is how I know Eli has never ridden a horse before.
Chomping
Chomping at the bit. I knew that. I've petted a horse before. Does that count?
Petted a horse.
100%.
Yeah.
You're an editor of a
Chomping.
newspaper.
I'm
petted.
more than an editor. I'm a
You
publisher.
also said the word petted. Is that a word?
Pet. I hire editors, okay? I have.
Do you hire
Do that word
pettitors too?
His pedigree includes petting a horse.
That's right.
She petted it.
It's one of the chief components of a pedigree. Petting. Okay.
The other thing about writing is you gotta just get it out. You can edit it after the fact. You can't
Well,
do
so
the same
I'm-
thing with speaking.
So he's still up on stage.
Nope. You guys are in this little foyer hanging out, chillax.
Oh, that's right, the horse derms. Yeah. So, I mean,
Is this a
can
paid
somebody
job?
help provide directions? I mean,
I'll schedule whoever wants to go, I will schedule your transportation there. I will get you there. I only ask that you provide your own equipment and stuff.
This is an excavation site?
This is, yes.
Is this through the university? Is it a paid job? What is it? Is it just because...
This is voluntary.
Okay. Still in.
So, okay. Not in character, but the question that I have is, when he summoned us, did we have any inkling that we were going to be doing this kind of thing?
If your skills match anything in line with it, he would have given you a little insight into it.
So
that
then
you
I
would have been
probably-
going to an archaeological dig.
Sure. Then I probably would have brought in whatever gear I normally have.
So, I mean, you have like a rough idea probably of what is going on or where you were going to go.
Okay.
When do we leave?
I can schedule things for tomorrow morning.
Excellent.
Yes. We'll get
Fascinating.
get things ready now.
So I would ask that you meet me tomorrow morning at my office at Yenching University, early afternoon or late morning.
And this is Professor Wang.
We can go over the details of your imminent departure, and I promise to do the utmost and arrange all the necessary travel arrangements to Zane on your behalf. But like I said, I need you to cover your own equipment. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll be in my office waiting for you tomorrow. So he's going to take a nice little sip of his whatever they drink there. I can't remember what it's called. Do you have any questions for me before tomorrow?
Are you sure it's not itching at the bit?
And geographically, do we know like where this is? Mountains of Tibet,
You do, and
high step.
let me give you the maps.
All right. Can I ask the classic what time of year is it?
Early spring.
Is there...
If you need to revise that later, I'll understand.
I'm pretty sure it's early spring. I read that just a minute ago. So.
Perfect.
It's got to be accurate.
There's no way I'm wrong.
I'm going to assume that for archaeological type things, I probably brought like a trunk or something along that has my...
Here, so I don't hit the camera again, would you come and get these wonderful maps?
It's a whole sheaf of maps.
Did you say sheep?
Sheaf. A pile. That's a whole
Sheaf
bunch
ton.
of maps.
This one says awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
Are these names real names?
Ooh, snack time. I do not need a treat. Thank you, though. I am all set.
On which map is this city on? Here's a northern India map. And the Tibetan plateau.
I don't think that's where we're going, but...
I don't know where we're going. I mean, we're going to Hang and the 1,000 Buddhas. But where is that on the map? Or is it just not on the map?
Should be on the map. Did I not give you all of them?
Tumbatsi?
Tune Hang.
Toonhang.
Chunhang, yeah. Oh, I
Hang.
didn't give them all to you. Good Lord. Why are there so many maps?
China's a big place.
Oh, do you have half of a big map over there?
No.
No, because I have both
Unless
halves.
it's
here.
two-sided.
This is the map you need.
Okay. All right.
We got a lot of maps, but we only need this one.
Currently. Here's more.
Fantastic.
We only need these ones.
And there's probably even more here. Yep, there's more, but I don't think I can give them to you yet without me vetting them.
Oh, God.
Hey, chat. How's everybody doing tonight? Sorry for the quick little doodad there. Welcome to an actual play, though. This is how it goes. This isn't any of that pre-filmed garbo.
Is it on this one as well? This is China. This is the Gobi Desert.
Yeah, this is just a shrunk down map, it looks like.
So, Chow.
It is. Real time is the best time. Let's be honest.
Hang.
How is that family of yours doing? Are you ready for the holiday season?
And we all have
Did you have a good
copy of
Thanksgiving,
map with
Doc?
hang on it.
So like Gobi Desert and mountains and plateaus and seems like it'll be cold.
Does anyone have one where? So there's Peking.
Yeah, we miss your wonderful presence. It's just so it's noted.
Other side of China.
Restful is the best. Once you hit 30 years old, restful holidays are the
I
goal.
mean, it's like over here someplace.
No,
Well, you know where to find
over
me.
here, I think, because here's Yarkand, and then here it is on this one. So then Peking's over here from Yarkand, so it must be Peking's like on this side of this little mountain thingy here.
Well, there's Can Chow. You suppose that's the same as Ku Chow?
Ka-chow.
Ciao.
So Yarki.
So the can I get a Hoya
Yarkand is
thing
over
somehow
here,
made
and
it
it's
into
over
my
here, and
family's
this one.
Thanksgiving because of Bryant.
Right there.
And so now all of the little kids in the family go around and go, "Can I get a Hoya?"
That's
And now it's spread like
Oh,
wildfire.
Peking is so this is like a long
Proud
ways
of you.
away.
It's a long ways out.
I mean, you did it.
China is a big continent
Should we circle it?
or country.
Losing it?
There was a story told about one of the 8-year-olds who was sick, and while he was sick, he goes, "Mommy, can I get a Hoya?" Just like that.
8-year-olds are the worst.
And then at that same time, another kid underneath like a cabinet off to the left does that. Can I get a Hoya?
So it looks like it's going to be a
Over
hall.
everybody.
It is a haul and a half. It's in the old country.
Okay.
So Professor Wang's got his feet up. He's sipping on, it's not sake, but it's Chinese rice wine. I can't remember the name of their version. I can't read it, so he's sipping on that. Is there anything I can answer for you tonight? If not, I would ask that you please leave me the hell alone because I have had a long day.
Is Langdon Warren, is that the archaeologist, someone you've worked with before?
Yes, he is. Great person. Very smart.
Who should we expect
He's
at this?
American, right?
Yes.
So do I know him or know of him?
You know of him, yeah. You'd be like moderately enamored with the guy.
Is this a popular excavation site, or are there going to be lots and lots of people there?
It's not a popular excavation site due to its rugged terrain to get there.
Is there any dangers in the getting there?
Oh, yes, it's fraught with dangers.
Okay.
There's at least 3 or 4 I can think of off the top of my head per day.
Will there be a guide of sorts?
He's going to look at May. Yeah.
Ah, Dr. Cheng, excellent.
Do I actually know how to get there?
You'll be provided with some contacts locally that can get you places.
Terrific. Excited to go.
Great.
I've never
I'm
done anything outside of
excited
local
for the
area.
enthusiasm. Now, please go home so I can sleep. Go back to your hotel.
I'll head out.
Bouncing out. All right. So I need all of you to give me another power roll on your venture home.
Yeah, I passed that time.
Superbly well.
I past. Yeah.
Like we're being watched again.
You all get that same, kind of in the same area again.
So helpful.
You get that tingling on the back of your neck, and you just get the sense that somebody's watching you. And it's a goat. Like, there's nobody out right now. It is curfew's over. Like, it's past curfew. There's not a.
Do we know where
human.
this is in the city?
Yeah, I mean, you know where it is. It's kind of on the ghetto.
I walk quickly
Pretty
through this part of town.
center. But you all kind of get that feeling like you're just being watched, and it's yucky. And otherwise, you make it to your hotel just fine. You are woken up very early the next morning by the cockle-doodle-doing of a rooster and the smell of manure and breakfast.
I'm gonna make
Only one of those two things will be brought to your door, though.
The previous evening, I would have gone through to make sure that I had all the proper equipment. And
Vice versa.
Inventoried your shiz. Yeah. So it is early in the morning. So if you would like to go get supplies, there is the Sears Roebuck catalog there. I would advise, if you have a skill, to purchase a weapon of some sort.
You mean if we have a skill in firearms?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't. I have basic.
You just punch things. It's fine.
I don't punch things either. I could get a nice new pair of glasses.
I mean, you need to see things. So you do have time before your meeting to go sightseeing or do whatever. Like, if you want to go putz around the city, you sure can. Otherwise, we can just advance through Brecky and shopping and go right to your meeting.
You guys want to go sightseeing? I'm a great tour guide.
So some of the sights to see are the Lama Temple. Not llama, Lama Temple, the Temple of Heaven, and the Observatory. Those are like the three main attractions in Peking.
Do any of them have any connection to this cave?
No.
No.
They're just popular tourizing areas.
Should I assume I've been to all of them?
Yes. That is a safe assume.
just there's a lot of handguns and a lot of shotguns. Not a lot of rifles.
Scatter guns are good.
I don't understand why there's just no rifles.
There wasn't a lot of rifles at that time.
All right, now must be. Maybe there's another.
So
section.
is this Sears catalog like a reprinted Sears catalog?
No, it's originally from 1912.
Oh, it's from 1912. Got it.
We're using
Thanks.
the Sears and Roebuck catalog, but we're in China. That's
Yeah,
what's
There was
happening.
a Sears. There's for sure Sears in China. Come on.
You know, a book from
There
1912
is no,
could hold up,
like-
Kyle.
Index?
I mean, it doesn't tell you the pages; it just tells you.
I mean, it seems. So, is it at the end of the pistols? You had a bunch of shotguns. And
Could be in the hunting section also.
One of my writers did the looking back section and found a story about a gentleman who had amnesia and ended up in New York and then read a name that reminded him of Albert Lee. He came back to Albert Lee and somebody recognized him. And they thought he'd been dead for 15 years. They had his funeral and everything. He just shows back up.
That's awesome.
It was like a 3-part story. It was pretty great.
It's like a movie.
So I guess it's shotguns or pistols.
Yeah, he was in
that's not what I was.
World
hoping
War
for,
One.
but Okay.
And some
What were you
bomb
hoping
or
for?
something made him just,
Yeah, I was hoping for a
Amnesia.
rifle, too.
Is there really no rifles in there?
Oh,
Oh,
no.
There we go. There we go.
my writer goes, I can't really snippet this out in 3 sentences. Like, just do the whole thing then.
That looks like a survival.
So how's everybody else doing in the
Says
chat?
it's
I got to talk to the doc.
Does it say what caliber this is?
Who's all here? Hit an exclamation
to-
sign if you're here.
So is Cole the one that plays all the card games?
This
is gonna be like a 30-06. This would be like a
Cole
30
that you told me about.
We can keep
Probably.
looking.
Is this the one I know?
There's quite
Yeah.
a few pages of them. You're just in on that one.
I'm writing it down as a Lee Enfield.
A Lenfield. It's a good gun. I used to own one of those.
I'm gonna write down a Lee Enfield one as well.
Yeah. When in Rome.
Lee and Enfield were great gun makers.
And let's see.
Don't forget your bullets either.
Yep, I'm gonna buy those too.
Anybody have any questions about Call of Cthulhu so far?
I'm gonna buy like 100 bullets.
That's so the like a 20 round box
Kyle,
of 30
Can-
caliber would be about this big and about this high.
Yeah, I got room.
Yeah.
can my fingers shoot laser beams?
Nope, not in this game.
So
Darn
I
it.
got 2 boxes.
How was
I
your
got
brother?
extra.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
How was your brother?
If I run out, I know.
That's right.
He's getting a house in
Talked-
December because he got his
I got an
from his
electric
accident.
torch.
Yeah,
But like
the other brother's got to wait another year.
like hand.
The one that tried to drive back to
Okay.
South Dakota on Thursday and blew up
I
his
have-
vehicle within a mile.
It's not ideal.
Yeah, sorry, North
I
Dakota.
have flashlights. I have lanterns.
Flashlights, not flesh.
Correct.
I'll take like a
My darling wife, I use the term
Darling? No, I'm kidding.
skin flute.
What?
And she's like, what? And I had to explain it to her. And then she couldn't stop laughing for like 38 seconds.
Yeah, makes sense.
and I'll have a folding trenching tool.
Ooh, good call.
The old E-tool.
I've got a variety of tools that are useful for digging.
Hammers, crowbars.
Right.
Just going and looting
Do I need any
places.
Why-
special
yeah,
excavation
like-
tools for reading?
Or do you have the brushes?
No.
I didn't think so.
Brush,
I have
or
that
you
too.
just smash.
Oh, I have all of them.
Either way. Nice.
Do you need a magnifying glass?
Right.
It's coming with us
Let's assume I have one of those.
So maybe a porter.
or something. I mean, I don't know if we need that or. But we will probably have to take like a car or something that can take that with us.
I'm guessing we're going to start on train, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know if
On that note, how would you like to get to the university today?
not the way we did yesterday.
How about a private car from here?
In
Yeah, I have like a decent sized travel trunk that hauls a lot of the
we could walk.
equipment that I need for excavation sites and things like that.
Roll your persuade.
I failed by 7.
You are unable to acquire a car. There are not a lot of cars in Peking at this time.
So what are our other options?
Rickshaw, tram,
Train?
or walking, or horse-drawn carriage.
I vote carriage because we don't have to carry this stuff.
Excellent.
I don't know why, but I don't really want to get
You
on
don't
a
have
train.
to bring all your stuff to the meeting.
Oh, we
Oh.
don't?
No.
Oh, then I
Not
vote
expecting
train.
us to leave from there?
No.
Oh, well, never mind then.
No.
Well, let's just take a train. That sounds fast.
Tram.
Tram.
Get you halfway there.
Well, are we going to end up in the poor part of town then?
Yep. That's where it stops.
Then let's just take the carriage the whole way.
All right. Roll your persuade.
Okay. I fail even worse.
All right. You still find a horse-drawn carriage, but it's like
Mid.
not the best.
It's mid.
It's a little stinky. The wood smells like BO. You know the type. Could one of you please give me a luck roll?
Your turn.
Really bad. 99.
You guys get kind of about the same place you were yesterday, and one of the wheels in the carriage just snaps in half, and you I mean, you feel the cart hit the ground and it tosses you out, and driver's thrown off of the thing, and nobody seems to even give a shit about you guys again. And it's like almost in the same spot.
How about Magic
Roll
Man?
me power checks, please.
How's Magic Man feel about
He's
this?
not amused. Very unhappy.
Power checks.
I got an extreme pass. Extreme.
You extremely feel like you're being watched. All of you. You get the same tingly, like...
Is there any establishments right here? Is there like a...
No, I mean, it's apartment buildings, like nice and like tall, kind of shithole buildings.
And there's just, no matter how much we look around, there's
you can't, nobody seems to be looking at you guys. They don't even care. That
This is an unfortunate coincidence.
I really don't like this area of town. And it seems like a beautiful city, but this particular area,
Is not beautiful.
I don't like it here.
Yeah.
And I don't want to dislike it, but I don't like it.
I appreciate that, Doctor.
Yeah.
Shall we?
So
Shall
to
we?
the northeast, as you pick yourselves up and dust yourself off, you see a very ominous sky developing. It's blackening heavily. You hear a couple claps of thunder and a few, little shots of lightning way off in the distance. It's a robust looking storm. Are you intending to walk the rest of the way?
I don't know.
Got our walking
Walk in the
boots
storm
on.
if we don't have to.
I'll give a look around, see if I see any way that I think can,
There's rickshaws and stuff around.
All right.
Better that than walking.
Okay.
Rickshawing it up. All right, you guys flag down this adorable little guy. Looked like he was like
Are we
maybe
all fairly
17,
small?
18.
Like,
My size is 45.
yeah, we're actually
Small.
between us.
50 is the
You're all
biggest.
pretty
We're all pretty
petite.
small.
Nice. This guy loves your group, actually. He's like, hey, yeah, I'll take you. Half the price since you're all so small.
What does he think about the Magic Man?
He's kind of looking at it like dinner.
No.
Please, all give me a luck roll. This is done
Pass.
as you approach
Got
the old Imperial Summer Palace.
Fail.
Ooh, roll me a D2, please.
Actually have a D2.
It's a 2.
Lose 2 hit points.
2 hit points.
So as you're rickshawing along, you see this storm just all of a sudden as you approach the Imperial Palace. It's like out of nowhere, this storm is on top of you guys, and it doesn't even rain. It just immediately starts dropping ping pong sized balls of ice.
I was hoping this was a covered rickshaw, but maybe it doesn't.
Oh, it
matter for
is.
the ice.
It is. Your dear sweet professor takes one right to the dome and is bloody. Your rickshaw guy is going to get into a little like covered area, and it is like it looks like oblivion outside. I mean, there are like huge ice chunks just dumping everywhere right now.
I'm gonna. Magic
Cracks,
Man's gonna jump underneath my coat. And
cracks of thunder and lightning kind of erupt everywhere, and it's like kind of intense.
My gracious. The weather here is certainly unpredictable. Is it often this way?
You know that it is not. This is a weird storm for this time
Quite
of the year.
uncharacteristic.
So after a couple minutes, the storm just kind of like burns itself out and moves on.
Dr. Underwood, are you okay?
Yeah, you got a nasty little...
Let me see if I can clean that up for you.
very much appreciate.
You're all
that.
doctors. You should be able to stitch it up.
You'd think.
Don't appreciate that. I cleaned it up.
Spit on it. It got infected, and I peed on it and everything.
You rubbed some ice on it.
So So you guys get to the university now, unless you're doing anything else. I do need to point
Playing
out that
dodgeball.
your friend May does inform you that storms like this are kind of an evil omen, and they're considered to be sorcery among the common citizens.
Of course. That's
Common knowledge.
So, situated in the purpose-built American School of Archaeology, Professor Wang's office is tastefully decorated while full of interesting artifacts and books on a wide variety of historical subjects in both English and Chinese. It is exceedingly neat, a reflection of the academic's calm and present and precise demeanor. As soon as you sit down, Wang comes out of a little like a back room holding a tray of tea with cute little cups. Anastasia, that one's for you also. He reverently shows you a letter written in Chinese and signed by General Wu Pi Fu. That's the name. You recognize this as a travel permit.
It's our permits. Permit. Yep.
It is advising any Republican soldiers that they are to allow you to pass unmolested and unhindered.
Excellent.
Do these actually work most of the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
After calling in a few favors, I was able to secure you vehicles that can get you as far as Zion. It's a good chunk of the trip. Roughly 1/10 of it. It's more than that. Sadly, though, I've been unable to convince the general to waive the military escort that Warner was obliged to travel with. Thus, 10 soldiers and their 2 drivers will accompany you to the ancient Tang capital, whether you like it or not. Once in Zion, it is up to you to secure porters, pack animals, and carts, and get yourselves to Tunhong. I suggest that you start getting necessary logistics in Zion and talk to Mihan. That's the first person I would talk to.
And where do we find Mihan?
In Zion.
Oh, in Zion. Okay.
So, Professor Wang is going to hand who's the most regal looking, who has the highest appearance.
I have a 60 appearance.
my appearance is 40.
What's yours? Regal? What's regal mean?
He's going to hand you a purse full of silver dollars. It's not enough, I know, to pay for everything that you're going to need, but this is what I could come up with to help you. If you collect receipts as best you can, I'll make sure to repay you, or perhaps Langdon will also.
How much value is this silver dollar bag?
About $50 per silver dollar.
How many
I've traveled further on less.
A purse full contains 20. So you have $10. I mean, that's a decent chunk of money. Oh, Samby, what's up? Another chatter. Do you have any more questions for me?
So, I mean, there's nothing more that you know about this place?
Unfortunately, it's very secretive, and with my age, I've never been able to travel there myself.
Do I know anything about it?
You know even less.
Do you know what
Really?
Langdon was doing there?
Excavating a new tomb, I believe, or a new, not tomb, but site.
Could you describe Nihan to us? Or a last name? Or family?
You can find him at the university. Should be easy to find. He's on a board there.
Excellent.
And if for some reason Mihan isn't there, is there any reason?
Find him.
Okay. Who is the person we're meeting at the?
Well, your first escorts are set to leave this evening, so I would probably get about it if I were you.
Who's the guy we're going to see at the temple?
Langdon.
Langdon Warner.
He's got 2 last names.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's average.
Teach their own.
Is this the Cave of 1,000 Buddhas or the Temple of?
Maybe the Temple of 1,000 Buddhas is in the Cave of 1,000 Buddhas.
A lot of
We don't know.
Buddhas.
Yeah. At least 1,000. So,
Special.
yeah.
Some of that would be answered in this letter.
Sorry. Before you leave, he's going to hand, we'll say, one of the doctors a chest that's roughly 3 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet.
All doctors.
Inside here are some. I just put them together. They're flags for each of the nations that you hail from. It's best to display them from your baggage train once you leave Zion. It may help discourage all but the most determined miscreants. And don't forget your letter from the general. I bid you farewell and good luck.
Thank you, Professor.
Your rides will pick you up from your hotel.
Perfect.
He's going to make his exit. You guys can linger a little bit if you'd like.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're on our way to.
You guys want to take a little intermission here? Take a little break? Chat, are you cool if we take a little break, like a 2-minute or 5-minute break? And we're not going to go anywhere, but we'll be here. I mean, I'm asking you, but I'm going to do it anyways.
Yeah,
so
we're doing it.
break time.
Good.
Let's mute these. Unmuting us. I think they're one. They can be for now.
What's $1?
The nut goodies. Leave it there. Show it to Jeff. Eli was looking at some Mythos cards that Mythos brought to the lore event down in Florida.
Oh yeah, how did the event in Florida go?
Great. It was a ton of fun. Got excellent feedback. Had a bunch of people not play testing, but playing the game for the first time.
So we're streaming again?
Our microphones are on. The cameras have always been on, so don't pick your nose.
Fair enough. I just didn't know if we were broadcasting.
Yeah, that's Mark asking. Sam B., if you're comfortable with it, who are you in real life?
So have you picked a name for Clump yet besides Clump?
Clump.
How is the name hunting going?
Poorly.
Jake and I were
We're torn between Jake and Eli. We just don't know.
gonna
Might
tell
just
Jake
call him
that.
G-Li.
Taking bets.
Oh, Sam. Gotcha.
Are you guys both gonna have to agree on the name, or do you think one of you is just gonna?
I mean, Anastasia's the boss, so it's Sam.
So here's my actual question: is it gonna be something native to Anastasia's culture or American
No,
name?
she does not like the names from Ukrainia.
Ukrainia.
I agree. Boba would be ideal. Yeah, check that. It's open, so you can look at it. I've got a couple sealed. I was going to give you one. I don't know if you need one for your
From like
collection.
early 90s?
Yeah. Like mid 90s. I think like 95, 96.
After things had caught on with Magic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember if I actually bought any. I don't
Hi,
remember.
Sam. Glad you're here.
Yeah, their art doesn't really stack up, does it?
No.
Not like lore.
Need some things for Magic Man to do.
If there's a bucket of dates, you can get them for us.
That's right. He's surprisingly useful around dig sites. Yeah.
I should think.
Yeah,
of course.
He likes it.
So you've taught him some tricks, have you?
I don't know about tricks, but sure.
They're waving back at you. And then says, just trust me.
I believe it.
Bad poll. Typo. I didn't check my typo. I put a prediction up that said, is Mark glad Sam is here? Yes or more yes, but I misspelled every other word. Pregnancy brain, what can I say?
That's not. You can't claim that. I don't think.
Say that, sure.
We'll just leave it. I was supposed to be a little fun jape, but typing's hard.
Now it's gone wrong, terribly.
Sometimes things go wrong.
A lot of the time, things go wrong. That's life, isn't it?
I mean,
It goes right also a lot of the time.
yeah.
Sometimes left.
Yep. All true. All of those things are true. Maybe on the trip we can study the catalog and see what else we can buy.
Nothing.
All right, so
I'm dressed kind of like classic adventurous, you know.
yeah, like a sexy Indiana Jones.
That's what I was picturing myself.
I mean,
as.
I'm 52, so
I mean, 52 is the
still
new
be-
22.
that's right.
I'm 25.
I'm a young. I'm 30.
52. This guy's not going on the trip because he's too old and he's 56. Different cultures.
Cultures.
I know the secret to travel, which is bring extra socks.
Yep.
And undies.
That's a secret.
Socks are more important.
Always wear a diaper. You don't have to
need-
go to the bathroom with everybody else.
I have clothes that will still look fine if they get dusty.
Lots of
They
leather.
kind of look better that way.
They might even look better that way.
Yep, a lot of khaki.
All right, so
Wool, a lot of wool.
bright and early the next morning, you are all collected by your driver. He does not give you a name. Doesn't really even say much of anything. He opens the door to a variant of the Dodge Brothers Model 30 touring car, which is a relatively robust vehicle. Each of these cars can seat up to 5 people, including the driver. More is more favorable, so we got a good number. There are also 2 cars and baggage transports along with the military escort. So this is a pretty serious convoy. It's a total of 6 cars.
Do we meet or know any of the military members? That
So
are doing
the military members are not there currently.
Oh,
You
okay.
are meeting them at Tiananmen Square. That one. Is that how you say
Probably
that?
wasn't
Tiananmen?
named that yet,
Tiananmen.
was it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay. Tiananmen. Yep.
Yeah. Tiananmen.
That's how
Tiananmen
Tiananmen.
Square. The soldiers are there in pretty beat up vehicles. They see the new ones coming, so they pile out. They are arrayed in gray uniforms, puttees, and peak caps. They look quite pleased at the prospect of a few easy days babysitting foreigners. They all seem very eager to load up the convoy and head south. Yeah. Did you want to talk to any of the
Is there an
military?
officer?
There's no officer.
Is there like a corporal or sergeant?
Nope, they're just military guys.
Well, I assume that they all speak Chinese,
Yes.
so I don't speak Chinese. Otherwise, I would happily introduce myself.
So you guys head south out of the Tartar City Gate, and you have officially begun your journey.
On the road again.
Let's assume I introduced myself and my colleagues to whoever we're with. I guess.
You're in your own car.
Oh, we're in our own car now. Okay.
So that is the end of chapter 1.
Mm-hmm.
We have begun our adventure. That was actually a relatively short stream. I promised everybody 3 to 4 hours in it. That's okay. Shot number 1.
2 hours.
Yeah. So we're going to wrap it up here, guys. So our group is on the way. Next week, we might be a little bit later because some of us have a football game to go to. But we'll be here. And we'll be Cthulhuing.
We'll be itching at
So
the bit.
hit the follow or subscribe or like button or whatever it is so that when we go live, you get the notification. Are we all good again next week?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thanksgiving
And I'll
dinner.
make Anastasia come play next week.
Yeah, you will.
No, I've never made her do anything. Not even through brute force because she can beat me up. So, yeah, thanks to everybody for hanging out and watching. Sorry it wasn't 7 hours like most streams are for D&D and Call of Cthulhu related things. This was intended to be a short-ish night because we did the character building, backgrounds, and then we got on the road, literally. It will get much more exciting next week. I promise you. Pretty much right out of the gate. You get it? Because we just went out of the gate.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Sam, it was great talking to you. Doc, if you're still here,